All right, welcome. We're today at the Amazon Unbox Partner Studio. We're here with Wayne Purboo, who is Vice President of Amazon Shopping Video. Wayne, it's such an honor to be here with you. Thank you for sitting in my presence and having this conversation today.
It's a pleasure to be here. I'm looking forward to this conversation.
Wonderful. I'd like to kick it off with just a question about where video content currently is being utilized in the Amazon shopping experience, and what trends do you see emerging?
First and foremost, we see video as a mechanism that allows our customers to make better purchase decisions. At the root of why we would do video, video can be educational, it can be inspiring. It helps customers understand products better.
Sure does.
And really aids in driving great purchase decisions. That's at the root of why we are expanding the use of video across .com. That's the core reason. We're walking backwards from those customers and understand that customers that consume a video when making a purchase decision are happier customers. That's fundamental to why we're doing it. As a strategy, we're introducing video across all of .com as in places where we think it will be effective. It will help customers. Customers want it. Where we're seeing customers click on the video before they make a purchase, we're leaning in on all of those places. And those places vary. Sometimes it starts with clicking on a video on our homepage.
Yeah.
Or it could be right before they make a decision on our product detail pages. They want that final push, just a little bit more inspiration, and they'll click on a video and watch it for 30 seconds, understand more about what they're buying, and have more conviction about what they're buying. We also have videos on thank you page. So even after the purchase, we're able to show them videos of the product they just purchased or related products. And we've seen great customer adoption of all of those places for consumption. There's also, in my case, I run Amazon Live. Amazon Live is for customers who want to begin and end their shopping journey through videos. They want to be inspired by a video. They want to make consideration decisions through video, and they want to convert based on video. So it's a full funnel experience. And what we're seeing is that more and more customers are leaning towards a video-based shopping journey.
Yeah. I'd like to skip forward kind of a question I wanted to ask later, but you mentioned Amazon Live, and we're at Unbox, which is Amazon's advertising conference.
Yeah.
What specific advertising or sponsorship opportunities do brands have, and does Amazon Live offer for brands outside of just the product features?
Yeah, it's really exciting what we're seeing as brands lean into the live format. Mm-hmm. Live allows brands to really tell their brand stories. Specifically, what we're seeing customers relate with, especially Gen Z. They want to know the origin. Mm-hmm. Why did you build this product? How is this product built? What are the ingredients that you really can't cover in 30-second spot? And it's very, very hard to convey some of this messaging via any other format, an image or text or anything like that. What Live allows customers to do is to go deeper and build a deeper engagement with that brand and ask questions during the live stream that are important to them and probably very important to everybody watching that live stream to understand more about those products. So it's all about giving brands the ability to tell stories that differentiates their products and educates consumers.
Absolutely. In a recent study our agency did, Envision Horizons, we looked at 100 top brands on Amazon. And what we were trying to figure out was how much adoption of video there was on Amazon as a whole.
Yeah.
And we found on the listing page, there was a lot of video adoption.
Yeah.
The image carousels, you have the main images, and then you have the video right there. And that's fantastic. You're scrolling through, you go to the search, and that video pops up. It's really compelling to make a purchase. We found brands lacking. There was a drop-off on the storefront. There was only 48% adoption.
Yeah.
Other placements on Amazon. So how can brands leverage more comprehensive video strategies? I think one thing is probably Gen AI. We saw just a keynote that mentioned, Gen
Yeah.
AI video coming soon, but I'd love to get your perspective.
A lot of brands don't think of Amazon first when they produce video. They're producing video for social. They're producing video for their own website. But they're not always thinking that they should publish that video to Amazon. I want to encourage brands to do so.
Yeah.
We are going to constantly be experimenting with videos and constantly experimenting with different points in the customer journey to introduce video.
Yeah.
So, for instance, we introduce video in search. So now when you do a search, not only do you get your normal text and image-based results, but you also get video.
Yeah.
And search is a very important place that customers use to begin their shopping journey. We're looking at new opportunities on the product detail page, thank you page, and it's really about, giving customers what they want. Where do they want to engage with a video, and experimenting our way through that. Now, what brands need to recognize is if we do not have enough video assets from the brand, they can't participate in all of these experiences. We need them to create content or ask us to create the content for them or use Gen AI to create the content for them, but we need millions more video assets to satisfy the needs of customers and the needs of the experiences that we're building. We need a lot more content.
Yeah. And there's a myriad of ways that they can do it. Brands
That's right.
just need to take advantage of it.
That's right. And I would encourage them. We see brands that use video and include video in their shopping journey. We see about a 9.7 lift in sales for those brands.
Yeah, amazing.
Right. So it's just a much more compelling way to shop. And we're finding that if you take two products, one with a video, one without a video, the one with video performs better.
Yeah.
And so we really want to encourage brands to create as much content as they can. We'll continue to create great experiences for that content to get surfaced and for customers to engage with it, but we know that customers want more of a video-centric approach.
That's a pretty compelling stat, right? 9.7% versus not. And so to a brand, and we see this often, we use video, we tested video, it just, it wasn't that effective. And so the next question I have is for brands that are creating video and aren't getting the effectiveness out of it that you would expect, at least that 10% lift.
Yeah.
What would you say to them?
I would really want to inspect that and understand why those videos are not performing the way they think they should.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, there's good video and bad video.
Yeah.
And we have enough instances of good video that we can help customers, our brands, to build better content.
Yeah. And if I can go back for a second, you mentioned, this is new news to me, but there's video on the thank you page. What is that? Where does that video come from? One, is that surfaced from the brand's storefront, from their listing? And then just if you could elaborate on the purpose of the video after the thank you page.
It's the thank you page video is new, only within the last 6 months or so.
Okay, so not too far.
No, you're not
Okay.
too far out. But what's interesting is you think about where the customer is. They've completed a shopping journey.
Yeah.
And oftentimes they're interested in beginning a new journey.
Sure.
And video is a great way for you to build awareness.
Yeah.
And help customers say, oh, you should travel down this journey now. So
Amazing.
thank you pages, I believe it's an underutilized opportunity for video.
Yeah.
And so we're leaning in on experimenting on a thank you page.
Interesting. In the affiliate world and other spaces of e-com, that's certainly a spot where video is utilized heavily.
Yeah, you see a lot of unboxing and things
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, and even for the products that you've just purchased, you might want to see other use cases, right? How is this product, additional ways that this product could be used? We see that a lot with, for instance, kitchen utensils. A lot of times they don't watch the video to make the purchase, but on the thank you page where somebody's demonstrating the product,
Yeah.
They actually will watch the video.
Right, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just to see how it was used. I was watching a video and I bought a product I didn't know I need. It's called
That's how they all go.
yeah, it's called like a Miranda or something like that. Like it's for cutting vegetables and stuff. And I didn't know I needed it. I bought it and then I was like, I wonder how you like cut cabbage and things like that with this. And sure enough, there was a video that demonstrated it after I made the purchase. So I think, it's all about how can we use video to help customers make great purchase decisions.
Do you, this is maybe a question you can't answer, do you foresee advertising coming to the thank you page?
I can't answer that.
We'll go to the next question. According to McKinsey & Company, live commerce initiated sales could account for 10 to 20% of all e-commerce by 2026. What does Amazon believe live commerce is headed, or where? And how do brands best capitalize on these trends?
Obviously, I run Amazon Live, so I'm a big proponent and believer in live. And one of the biggest reasons is because there's a couple things that have changed from when I went to business school, and customers are different now. Customers have far more tools now to evaluate products than they have in the past.
Yeah.
And the idea that, we have this traditional model of awareness and consideration and conversion in traditional marketing. That all happens at once in a live stream. Customers watching live stream, they're watching video content, they become aware of products.
Yeah.
They could have landed on that live stream because they love that creator or they love that brand. But this idea that I can just pop on a live stream, I don't know exactly what the content's going to be, but I can learn about new products is something very unique to Amazon Live. Then you have this ability to interact with the host, the influencer, and ask questions. We've had people say, hey, could you try on the brown shoes instead of the black shoes? Because I'm thinking about wearing those pants with a brown pair of shoes, and the influencer will go and switch them out. So the customer is then able to traverse through that consideration phase during a live stream. And we have a full carousel. And, the whole of Amazon and our delivery capability, fulfillment capability, tied into that live stream. So a customer can go all the way from awareness through consideration to conversion and get a product the next day.
Yeah.
I can't think of another medium that brands can use to help customers traverse that quickly.
Yeah, it's really direct marketing and that entertainment and conversion.
Exactly.
Fused in one. Right?
Exactly. And there's a few things about live that are unique. One is the new to brand metrics are much better than most other mediums. So it attracts a new audience to these products. And then so in that awareness stage, it's very unique. The fact that it's live and you can consider different products, what we see customers talking to other customers saying, hey, I bought that product, I love it. You're getting customer reviews like during the live stream. Like you're getting all of this in one 30-minute stream. So it's very, very compelling for brands to be able to engage customers, to be able to encourage customers to engage with each other, engage with the influencer about these products. Customers come out of that feeling much better about their purchases than if they had done this in isolation in any other.
It's that social proof.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
in real time.
Exactly.
Talking to your friend or your family member.
And so from a global standpoint, we're really encouraged by all the signals we see around the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been a little bit slower in the U.S. than other markets like China. I think China is a unique case. I don't know that the Chinese model will directly translate to the U.S. and Europe. We're still in an experimental stage. We ran live streams in Japan during the most recent Prime Day. It went off great. Good response for consumers, great response from the brands that participated. So we're going to continue to experiment around the world. Yeah. But I think it's such a culturally driven product that you have to account for the culture in each of these locales. We launched in India, and India has been doing great. But the India product is different than the US product. It's the same platform, but the content and the brands that, the categories that do well, it's different than in the US. And so we want to experiment and sort of find our way through that. But we're really excited about the business.
In the US, are there particular categories or cultural differences that you can call out specifically?
Well, early on in the US, what I would think about products that have high consideration. Where customers want to go deeper. You'd be calling a friend to find out about a mobile device, for instance. So electronics do really well because you can go deeper in the understanding of the electronics than you can through a 30-second spot. So this idea of leaning in on high consideration, makeup is another high consideration.
Yeah, and Vision Horizons, 60% of our portfolio is beauty.
Yeah.
And they're typically the first adopters of tech and live shopping and things of this sort. So it's interesting you say that.
Yeah, I mean, getting an influencer with the right complexion, getting the right makeup. One of the formats we experimented with 70 different content formats last year. One of them that's been really successful is something called Get Ready With Me, where we have an influencer wake up and they look very different than when they're finished the stream. But, and they get ready and, they touch a lot of different products, everything from body washes to foundations, all the makeup assets, lipsticks, and all that wonderful stuff that I don't really understand. But the idea of taking a customer on that journey because they can relate to that journey.
Yeah.
It's the same journey they are on every morning. And for them to understand all the different products and all the different purposes is really educational, right? And again, it just leads to these better purchase decisions.
Absolutely. Can you tell us more about the new Amazon Live Fast channel and specifically how it expands shoppable viewing?
Yeah. We were curious about shopping on TV, and I'm old enough to remember when we were thinking about something called T-commerce, right? People were saying, hey, you're going to be able to watch the game and buy a pizza while you're watching the game. I've always been intrigued by this more lean back approach to shopping as opposed to leaned in on a mobile device or a PC or something, but a little bit more casual, but just as in-depth. The live format allows me to take the content we're building for Amazon Live and they translate really well to big screens. So what we've done is we've taken the best of our Amazon live streams and we've put them on our fast channel.
Really cool. To
give consumers an additional way to shop on their television. And for a lot of folks, shopping is recreational and this is just another way for them to do that. We know that 30% of folks, while they're watching TV, they're shopping on their phones.
Yeah.
And so we want to make that easier. From my point of view and the way my mental model for this, I want to help customers go from inspiration to conversion and reduce that gap. I really want that gap to shrink. And so we've built the fast channel as a first step in helping customers be inspired by what they watch on television, but also being able, if they want to purchase.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So put away that multiple device.
Yeah.
And just shop right where you are.
Yeah, one of the biggest things I wanted to do was get rid of the carousel on the TV. I just want the experience. I want it to be about the brand and the creator. And so our fast channel, there's no carousel on the screen. It's all done through your mobile device. So when you've logged in on your TV and you've logged in on your mobile device, they're in sync. So when you're shopping, you're seeing the actual products that are being presented on your television. Wow. So really, really cool experience, and customers are leaned in on it. And, we're just in the early days. We haven't really started marketing it yet, but we're learning a lot, and we have very high aspirations for that product.
Back in your T-commerce days, did you expect we would be here today?
Well, I couldn't envision how it would be done, but back in those days, every product started with brand marketing on television, right? Any real product. And it always was interesting to me that you could never tell whether that brand marketing worked.
Yeah.
right? You built awareness.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the.
But you didn't know anything about the conversion. So I always envision a mechanism that would connect the dots for consumers and brands, just close that gap. We know people get inspired by what they see on TV. And whether it's streaming TV or traditional broadcast TV, they see something like my wife watching Citadel, saw Priyanka Chopra in a red dress, and all of a sudden I was buying a red dress. That's the kind of thing that happens millions and hundreds of millions of times every day. And being able to make that easier for customers and give them a mechanism that's much more in tune with their existing behaviors is what we're trying to do with the fast channel.
Yeah, this era of connected measurement
Yeah.
is profound.
Yeah.
A lot of brands, I think, at least that we speak to, still don't even understand the full value of being able to touch that person who's watching that TV show to the purchase. And we can do that today with Amazon's suite of tooling.
Yeah. And we need to maintain that, regardless of what the medium is.
Exactly.
Right? We want to provide that connective tissue.
Could you provide some examples, and you kind of are alluding to some, but how Amazon shopping videos have driven tangible results for brands across the funnel?
We have a number of recurring brands on Amazon Live now, where brands are able to tell their brand story. So for instance, we just did a campaign for General Mills and back to school. And unlike a 30-second spot, General Mills was able to go deeper into why they should be associated with back to school, right? They built a narrative across a bunch of their different products that explained why, when you think of back to school, you should be thinking of General Mills.
Yeah.
Those types of campaigns are incredibly effective for the brand and also for the consumer because they're so educational. So those are the kind of campaigns that work really well with the live format.
Yeah.
Especially if they're done in conjunction with on-site marketing on Amazon. So we provided General Mills with additional assets for their product detail page. We gave them assets for social. We gave them a whole bunch of assets. So you're able to have like a multi-touch campaign where the customer is seeing the same messaging, like that they can go deeper. They can go to the live stream and go deeper on that message. But they're seeing that same message across different touch points.
Yeah, that was going to be my next and close to final question here. But how do brands utilize the other Amazon ad offerings outside of live, outside of video to complement their strategy?
Yeah, a lot of it is, on brand pages. One of the biggest destinations for brand-led live streams is the brand page. Typically, it lives on that brand page for 30 days. One of the most exciting things about live is that you create this moment, but the decay rate on that moment is actually many, many days later.
Yeah.
So it's still effective, and brands are still driving traffic to it on their brand pages for weeks after the actual live stream, and customers are still watching it for weeks.
Yeah.
So we're really excited to give brands the opportunity to create a durable asset that will live on beyond just the live stream. And then being able to use all of our 1P, so being able to reinforce that live stream with even ads on Prime Video. The General Mills case, they had ads on Alexa devices.
Oh, cool.
To reinforce that. The Alexa devices actually provided some of the highest numbers in terms of new to brand.
Interesting.
Which was interesting to us too.
Yeah.
But this is sort of being able to take advantage of the full breadth of Amazon with a campaign and with a messaging that was compelling, and the live stream allowed General Mills to get this out there.
Well, Wayne, to close out, thank you again for your time. And I just wanted to ask, any last thing you can say about where Amazon Live is heading, or what brands should be thinking about when it comes to video on Amazon?
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to do this. It's always great to get something that we're passionate and that we feel is beneficial to both the brand and consumers. I think that we're going to continue to experiment, and we want brands, especially brands with great stories to tell, to reach out and use this medium We will work with them. We'll explain to them what we've seen work so far. But we just want to build great content and really focus on great products, great stories, and deliver that to the consumer, because that's what the consumers are looking for. Yeah. I think some brands think it's scary. They, live stream's different. I've never done that before. We're here to help. We've done it thousands of times over the years. We know what works and we know what doesn't work. We know the potholes, and we can help to educate the brands. But my point is, brands should be seeking us out for brands that participate in live streaming, and it is a growing phenomenon. Yeah. This isn't going away. This is going to be with us. So brands should get engaged and start to invest in this area.
You heard it here. Yeah, live video is not going anywhere. So Wayne, thank you